Dan Dickau, Scorebook Live, Washington, finishing out the 2019-20 high school boys basketball season with a number of accolades to be given out. So let's get right into it. Mr. Clutch. And we look no further than Sumner High School, their first state appearance in over 49 years. Josh Lear, a senior, hit the shot of the 3A, 4A tournament, a knockdown catch-and-shoot corner three to help Sumner advance with a first-round win over Gonzaga Prep in their first state title tournament appearance in nearly 50 years. Top glue guy in the state. This was a difficult one. There's a lot of guys that could fill this award. And when looking at many different players across the state, one kept coming into conversation when talking to coaches as well as other people who follow the state. Senior from Union, Brad Lackey. Unfortunately for Brad, injured his knee down the stretch run of the season. Union had to play the rest of the season without their solid point guard, Brad Lackey. He provided so many attributes that didn't show up on the stat sheet for Coach Blake Conley and the Union Titans. So our top glue guy in the state goes to Brad Lackey of Union High School. Our breakout player. I had a chance to see him at the Wibka Showcase this past summer. I liked him. I thought he had a chance to become a really good player. What he did this year was he accelerated his timeline, and in particular, he did that in the state tournament. He made big play after big play for Coach Brandon Roy and the Garfield Bulldogs. None other than sophomore Corin Johnson, our breakout player for Scorebook Live Washington this season. Our most improved player, a junior. This could also be said for most improved program from year over year. Glacier Peak had a tremendous run where they went undefeated all the way into the state semifinals where they unfortunately lost. But most improved player, a junior, Tucker Molina. Our underclassman of the year, sophomore from Kings, Tyler Linhart. He continues to impress. He's got a unique skill set where he can score inside, he can score outside, he can score through contact, he can put the ball on the deck. A lot of good things are going to be shown skill-wise from Tyler Linhart over the next couple of years. Our state coach of the year, staying with the Kings Knights at the 1A level, Coach Rick Skeen. Unbelievably impressed. They were 19-10, which their record doesn't jump out at the page from you, but he had his ball club playing his best basketball of the year at the state tournament. Had to win a first-round game just to get to the quarterfinals for a chance to win the state tournament, which they eventually did. When you look at that 19-10 record, again, it doesn't jump out at the page at you, but what it did was it prepared his team to be playing their best basketball of the year at the most important time of the year. And when the time mattered was at the Sun Dome in Yakima for the state tournament. They did just that. They were prepared. They won the state tournament. Therefore, Rick Skeen, our coach of the year. And our all-classification player of the year, Tari Eason from the Garfield Bulldogs. Season ago, he was at Federal Way, where they couldn't quite come up with a state title at the 4A level this year. He's at Garfield. He made big play after big play during the state tournament. If it was a bucket that was needed, he provided. If it was leadership that was needed coming from him or head coach Brandon Roy, he provided it. If they needed a stop, he was the guy willing to guard the opponent's best player. Head into Cincinnati in the fall, Tari Eason, our Scorebook Live Washington 2019-2020 Player of the Year. For Scorebook Live Washington, I'm Dan Dickau.